For 12 years, she was bleeding, and no one could help her. Each day bled into the next, marked by the same quiet pain, the same persistent weakness. It began as a private concern, whispered to doctors behind closed doors. She visited one, then another. Each offered a new theory, a different remedy, a fresh promise of relief. They prescribed bitter tonics, strange poultices, their confident words turning to dust as her condition worsened. Her hope, once a bright flame, dwindled to a fragile ember with every failed treatment, every coin spent on a cure that never came. The suffering wasn't just bodily, it was the slow emptying of her purse, the growing weight in her heart, but the deeper wound couldn't be seen. In her culture, her condition made her unclean. This was no mere medical diagnosis, it was a social death sentence. To be unclean was to be an outcast, a ghost among the living. She could no longer embrace her family, share a meal with friends, or enter sacred spaces of worship. She became a shadow, perpetually isolated, her loneliness a heavy cloak she could never remove. Imagine the silence of her home, once filled with laughter and conversation, now echoing with her quiet breathing. She learned to make herself small, to move through the world unseen, to avoid gazes of pity, judgment, and fear. She was no longer a daughter, a sister, or a friend. She was simply the woman with the issue of blood, a label that erased everything else. She had tried everything the world offered. She had exhausted every resource, followed every medical piece of advice, and prayed every prayer she knew. And yet, she was not better, she was worse. Her world shrunk to the size of her suffering, a prison of silent pain with no visible escape. Her story, it seemed, was over. But even in the deepest darkness, a single, unexpected whisper can change everything. Just when the silence of her despair was about to consume her completely, a name began to travel on the wind. It was spoken in hushed tones in the marketplace and shouted with excitement along the dusty roads. The name was Jesus. They said he gave sight to the blind. They said he made the lame walk. They said he cleansed those afflicted with leprosy. These were not just rumors of healing. They were stories of restoration, of people being given back their lives. At first, she may have dismissed them. After 12 years of disappointment, hope is a dangerous emotion. It hurts to believe again, only to be let down. She had heard promises before. Each one had left her more broken than the last. But the stories kept coming, each one more powerful than the last. They spoke of a compassion she had not seen in years. They spoke of a power that did not demand payment. They spoke of a love that looked past the surface to see the person within. A tiny, fragile seed of faith began to sprout in the barren soil of her heart. What if it were true? What if this man really could do what no one else could? The thought was terrifying and electrifying. This flicker grew into a flame of desperate resolve. She had already lost her health. She had already lost her wealth. She had already lost her community. What more did she have to lose? An idea, bold and audacious, formed in her mind. A plan born of utter desperation and a new, wild hope. She would not cry out for his attention. She would simply get close enough. A conviction settled deep within her spirit. If I can just touch his clothes, she thought, I will be healed. One touch. That was all she would need. The journey began with a single trembling step out of her door. To cross that threshold was to leave her fragile security behind. The sunlight must have felt foreign on her skin. Fear was a physical presence, but a stronger force propelled her forward, the image of Jesus. With every step, she walked away from who she'd been. She walked toward a collision with destiny. As she drew closer, the low hum of the city transformed into the roar of a massive crowd. For a woman who had spent over a decade avoiding human contact, this was the ultimate nightmare. Every jostle, every accidental brush of a shoulder would have sent a wave of panic through her. She had to fight for every inch of progress, pushing against the tide of people. After what must have felt like an eternity of struggling, she was finally close. Her heart was pounding, a frantic drumbeat of terror and hope. Ignoring pain and panic, she lunged forward. All of her 12 years of pain and longing concentrated into her fingertips. And then, contact. The change was not gradual. It was instantaneous. The very second her fingers made contact, she felt it. The deep internal ache was suddenly, miraculously, gone. She knew that she was healed. In that one moment, 12 years of pain were erased. 12 years of shame were lifted. 12 years of isolation were brought to an end. She had planned to slip away as silently as she had come. But the man she had touched was no ordinary man. Just as she was trying to melt back into the anonymity of the crowd, everything stopped.
Who touched me?
Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you, and you ask, "Who touched me?"
Someone touched me, for I know that power has gone out from me.
For the woman, the moment she had dreaded arrived. Her secret was about to be exposed, knowing she could not deny it. Trembling, she came forward. She fell at his feet. She confessed it all in front of everyone. The 12 years of suffering, the failed doctors, the desperate plan. Instead of condemnation, she found kindness in his eyes.
Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering.
He not only healed her, he affirmed her. He called her daughter, restoring her to God's family. Her story is not just an ancient account. It is a mirror reflecting our own hidden pains. Many of us know what it feels like to suffer in silence, to smile you offer to friends when you are breaking inside. This woman's isolation is a feeling many of us understand intimately. Our modern pains often do the same. Her journey to the physicians resonates with our own frantic searches for relief. And sometimes, just like her, we find ourselves not better, but worse. The turning point in this woman's story was not the moment of healing, but the moment she decided to act. Her story teaches us a powerful lesson. Faith does not wait for the fear to go away. Faith acts in spite of the fear. These are the modern-day equivalents of stepping out of the house, small acts of defiance against the despair that seeks to paralyze us. He just looks for the forward motion of a heart that is reaching for him, even if that reach is messy, clumsy, and terrified. Take that step. In the middle of a sea of humanity, he stopped and asked, "Who touched me?" This is a powerful message for anyone who feels invisible. You look at your life, your struggles, and you wonder, does God even see me? The story of this woman is a resounding yes. Jesus stopped for one person. He wants to take your story of silent suffering and turn it into a testimony of His grace and power. He sees you. He knows your name. Her story is woven into the fabric of our faith, a constant reminder that no situation is too far gone. No person is too broken. She had spent 12 years and all of her money trying to solve her problem with human solutions, but it took just one moment of contact with Jesus to change everything forever. This is your moment. This is your time to push through. Do not let this opportunity pass. Your story of pain does not have to be the end. One choice, one reach, one touch can change everything. Reach out and touch Him now.